Hello, economics students. Today you had an assignment in Canvas, and that assignment is concerning Riley's Store, and Riley's Store wishes to sell jeans. Now, if you're doing this from home, I do not want you to listen to this video until you have made a hard copy of the attached worksheet, and I want you to complete the worksheet first and then listen to the video. You may want to complete your worksheet in pencil in case you need to do any erasures. That's perfectly fine, but do the worksheet first and then listen to this video. Now, in this assignment we have Riley's Store. Riley's Store is going to sell jeans, and Riley is considering various pricing points. How much should he sell the jeans for? And what we're going to do in our first task is identify the number of jeans that will be supplied in the market by Riley at each pricing point, and we're going to plot that number on the graph that's given on this worksheet. So if Riley should sell the jeans for just $10, that's a pretty low price, and at $10 he's not going to cover his costs very well. He's not going to be willing to sell or supply very many jeans at $10 per pair. In fact, he will only supply 17 jeans at $10. However, $10 being a very low price, that would create a very high demand for the jeans. And so at $10 you would have 496 pairs of jeans demanded by the population, but only 17 would be supplied. And that number changes as we change the pricing point. As we increase the prices, the number supplied by Riley will continue to rise, but as we increase the price, the number of jeans demanded by the population will decline. So eventually, should Riley decide to sell the jeans for $50, that's a great price, he's going to be willing to supply 485 pairs of jeans at that high price of $50. But at that high price of $50, the demand is only going to be for 80 pairs of jeans. Not a whole lot of people want to buy the jeans for that high of a price. Now, your first task asks you to plot on the graph, basically the middle column, how many jeans will be supplied by Riley at each pricing point. So if he should price the jeans here at $10, he's only going to supply 17 pairs of jeans, and so there's no place on the graph that is labeled 17, so you're just going to estimate about where 17 would be on that graph, and I've done so here with this dot. And I continue to plot appropriately until I get up here where Riley is willing to supply way over here 496 pairs, almost 500 pairs of jeans at $50. So plot each of these pricing points. Again, you may have to estimate approximately where that dot would be because we don't have every single quantity specifically labeled. Okay, so this is what your first task will look like, and then what you are to do is to actually connect those dots, and when you connect the dots it will look like this, and that looks a whole lot like a supply curve or a supply line to me. This is the supply line for Riley's jeans, or for jeans at Riley's Store. So that's completing task number one. Our next task is to plot the number of jeans that will be demanded at each pricing point. And when we do that, we're going to make these little dots so that if I'm going to sell the jeans for just $10, remember the demand is going to be way over here at nearly 500 pairs of jeans. So demand at $10 is out here at almost 500 pairs. At $20, you can see the demand is a little less, and eventually we get, if we should price the jeans at $50, the demand is going to be right about here at 80 pairs of jeans. Okay, so once you've plotted the dots, then you will connect them like that, and now we have a demand for jeans at Riley's Store. And we have to do a little bit of estimation here, but I would say that we have an equilibrium price for jeans of about $32 and a quantity at that price of about $270. Now, what is the significance of that point? Well, that is the equilibrium price. If Riley can price his jeans at $32, he will supply 270 pairs of jeans, and also at that price there will be a demand for 270 pairs of jeans. So at that price, Riley will sell every pair of jeans that he has. He will not have any kind of oversupply of jeans, nor will he have a demand for jeans that he cannot meet based on the price. Here he will sell every pair of jeans that he supplies. This is the pricing point that Riley should shoot for. This is what we call the equilibrium price, where the quantity supplied will equal the quantity demanded. And this is the price that basically governs the economy of the world. As far as the sale of goods and services is concerned, you want to price at the equilibrium. So make sure you understand this. Make sure you understand the importance of equilibrium, that point at which we have an equal quantity demanded and an equal quantity supplied. And with that, we're done with this lesson.